Welcome back to our channel, where we delve into fascinating biblical mysteries and explore enigmatic figures from the past. Today, we're diving into the intriguing story of Melchizedek, the enigmatic priest-king mentioned in the Bible. Who was he, and what role did he play in the lives of Abraham and his descendants? Some scholars suggest that Melchizedek could be none other than Shem, the son of Noah. As the lineage bearer of the divine blessing, Shem held a prominent spiritual position. Could he have passed on his priestly authority to Melchizedek? Others propose a connection between Melchizedek and the cursed lineage of Canaan, the son of Ham. Could there be a deeper significance to Melchizedek's encounter with Abraham and the blessings exchanged between them? Stick around as we unravel the mystery and uncover the clues surrounding this captivating character. Let's get started. Melchizedek, a captivating individual, makes intriguing appearances throughout the Bible, only to vanish shortly after. Despite being mentioned a few times, he remains an enigmatic character in the stories of Abraham in the book of Genesis and David in the book of Psalms. We first encounter Melchizedek as the king priest of Salem, his name translating to King of Righteousness or Righteous Kings in Hebrew. He poses as a riddle himself, appearing in the enigmatic chapter 14 of Genesis. The chapter opens with a world war led by Abraham against four great kings in the northern region of Canaan. In this story, Abraham is depicted as a military man with a formidable army, which is quite unusual. The Bible narrates a single encounter between Abraham and Melchizedek after the War of the Kings. It is during this meeting that Melchizedek brings out bread and wine, bestows a blessing upon Abraham, and receives priestly gifts from him. However, the Bible does not provide any information about Melchizedek's origin or group affiliation. We do know that he was a complete king and priest to the Most High God, and Abraham respected and honored him, offering him a tenth of everything he possessed. This suggests that Melchizedek held a prominent spiritual position and was highly regarded during that time. However, beyond these details, our knowledge about him remains limited. Melchizedek remains an enigmatic figure, and scholars have attempted to decipher the riddle surrounding his character. One interpretation suggests that he is the son of Noah, blessed by God. We will explore this theory further at a later point. Commentators perceive Melchizedek as an exceptionally significant figure. According to their views, he was born circumcised and held the position of a king in the very location where the temple would later be built. During his era, he carried the banner of priesthood and even imparted Torah teachings to Abraham. According to this interpretation, Abraham is portrayed as the patriarch of the nation, enduring trials and receiving promises regarding descendants and land. However, Melchizedek holds the priesthood's authority during that time. When Rebekah sought an explanation for the turmoil within her womb, she initially turned to God. However, it is suggested that she sought Melchizedek, the priest, for answers. As the babies jostled within her, she inquired, "Why is this happening to me?" Consequently, she went to seek guidance from the Lord, Genesis 25 verse 22. At first glance, it may seem that Rebekah received the prophecy directly. However, commentators claim that the answer came through Shem. If Rebekah herself had prophesied, there would have been no need to specify her seeking the Lord elsewhere. Thus, it is understood that someone else relayed the response to her through the Holy Spirit. After Noah wakes up, he realizes that Canaan witnessed his nakedness and informs his brothers of the incident. Shem and Japheth, acting with utmost modesty, covered their father. Noah curses Canaan and blesses Japheth and Shem, proclaiming, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God extend Japheth's territory, and may Japheth live in the tents of Shem. And let Canaan be the slave of Japheth." Genesis 9 verses 26 to 27. The contrast between the blessings bestowed upon Japheth and Shem is remarkable. Japheth receives physical beauty, while Shem is blessed with a sacred place for God's presence among his people. Shem is granted longevity, living through the generations of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. According to Noah's blessing, the divine spirit resided with Shem in the period spanning from Noah to Abraham. Let us briefly revisit the story of Noah's sons. Ham and Japheth were chosen as survivors of the floodwaters and the angel of death, ensuring the continuation of nations through them. All three sons were included in the divine promise, yet God specifically declared, "But I will establish my covenant with you," Genesis 6 verse 18. Furthermore, when God commanded them to leave the ark, he addressed Noah, his wife, and his sons, along with their wives, Genesis 8 verse 16. God's command and blessing extended to all of Noah's sons, Shem, Japheth, and Ham, to thrive and multiply, as he declared, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth," Genesis 9 verse 1. Just as God desires the growth of the world, he also desires the growth of Shem, Ham, and Japheth without any distinction between them. This desire was present before the occurrence of sin. God bestows blessings upon him just as he blesses Japheth and Shem. Moreover, he is even included in the covenant with God. As God said to Noah and his sons, "Now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you," Genesis 9 verses 8 to 9. However, after the flood, we discover that Ham reverts to the sins of the previous generation, engaging in promiscuity in immorality. In contrast, Japheth's modesty is evident when he covers his father, while Ham's actions immediately expose him to humiliation at the peak of his curse. He is cursed for all future generations. Cursed be Canaan. The lowest of slaves will he be to his brothers, Genesis 9 verse 25. Interestingly, God still desires to establish a covenant specifically with him, despite knowing that he will commit the sin of promiscuity. Additionally, it is noteworthy that throughout the Bible, the land of Israel, the chosen land, is referred to as the land of Canaan, which is associated with the cursed lineage of Ham's son. This is why some commentators suggest that Eliezer was actually Canaan, and it can be explained by the fact that Canaan played a significant role in the growth of the Israelites. This is evident in Abraham entrusting him with the task of finding a match for Isaac. However, further exploration of this topic will be left for another chapter. Let's shift our focus back to Shem. He lived for 600 years and is mentioned in both the book of Genesis and the Chronicles. During the time of the flood, he was 98 years old and stayed with his family in the ark. At the age of 100, he became the father of Arpachshad. According to Genesis, Shem had sons named Elam, Ashur, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. These offspring became the ancestors of various Middle Eastern peoples, including Assyria, Elam, Persia, and Aram, Syria. Collectively, these peoples are referred to as the Semitic nations. This group also includes Jews and Arabs, who trace their lineage back to Ishmael, the son of Abraham and the 9th generation bearer of that name, as mentioned in the Quran. The book of Genesis initially describes how the land was given to Canaan, the son of Ham. However, the book of Jubilees provides a different perspective, stating that the land was actually the inheritance of the sons of Shem. The chronological account also changes, suggesting that Canaan obtained the land unjustly, usurping it from Shem. In the interpretation of Shem, he is considered a wise scholar close to God, and Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob studied at the place of Torah study established by Shem and Eber. According to another interpretation, Shem, the king of righteousness, is identified as the priest king of Salem. It is said that Melchizedek, the king of Salem, brought out bread and wine and was the priest of God Most High, Genesis 14 verse 18. This further supports the understanding that Shem, the son of Noah, carried the divine spirit and passed it on to his descendants. Another reason for associating the name Melchizedek with Shem is that he preceded the blessing of Abraham and received a tenth of everything from him. It is mentioned that Abram blessed Melchizedek, saying, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High, Creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." Genesis 14 verses 19 to 20. From the very beginning, it was intended for the priesthood to remain in the hands of Shem. However, due to the sequence in which he blessed Abraham and then God, the priesthood was taken from him and transferred to Abraham's descendants. The Bible mentions the priesthood in connection with Melchizedek, and it is believed that Shem, the son of Noah, had a close relationship with the divine spirit within the framework of Noah's blessing. This suggests a generational continuity in the role of the priest, dating back to the days of Noah and possibly even earlier. However, a significant change occurred during the time of Abraham. It became clear that Abraham and his descendants would carry on the role of being close to God. Melchizedek is an intriguing and devoted figure, but his exact identity remains uncertain. Melchizedek is a fascinating and dedicated figure whose true identity cannot be definitively determined. One thing is for certain, this figure appears only twice in the entire Bible, leaving us with a sense of great curiosity. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the intriguing figure of Melchizedek. Although his identity remains elusive, the glimpses we have of him in the Bible offer a fascinating glimpse into the ancient world and the role of priesthood. If you found this discussion thought-provoking and informative, we encourage you to like and share this video with others who may find it interesting. Feel free to leave your comments and questions below, as we always love hearing from you. If you haven't already, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content like this. By subscribing, you'll stay up to date with our latest videos and join a community of curious minds. Thank you again for being a part of our journey of exploration and learning. We look forward to bringing you more engaging discussions in the future. Until next time, take care and keep seeking knowledge.